Hey, great morning to you. Welcome to Set Your Day with Dr. J. Today we're going to talk about getting people's attention. If attention is the new currency, we have got to know how to get it, right? So there's never been a time in the history of the world where there's more noise, where there's more people, where things are moving faster than ever, and we've got to get attention. So we're going to talk about that. Before we do, hey, listen, I want to just let you know we are opening up the doors again for my 83K Academy every quarter. If you're an aspiring speaker, author, coach, consultant, and you really want to learn how to build $1 million a year thought leader empire, you're going to want to be a part of this because I'm telling you, this is changing people's lives. My students are just kicking it. They're rocking it. It's amazing what's going on in 83K Academy. And if you want some support, if you want some real mentorship on how to make an impact, both in the church and the marketplace, there's not many of us out there who can really say, hey, I've got one foot in the church, I've got one foot in the marketplace, and I'm making a difference in both worlds. If you want to learn to do that, if you have a desire to do that, all you got to do is just post down below in the comment section 83K. Just post 83K, and my fast track robot will send you right there. Well, let's dive into the subject today, getting attention in a busy, noisy, and populated world. And let's dive into this, okay? Listen, I'm going to start with a story, interesting story. People ask me all the time, they say, Keith, what's your favorite thing to do? You know, as I travel the world, they'll ask that. And really, it's really simple. My favorite thing to do whenever I get back home from a long trip, I like my Corvette. I love Corvettes, love driving my Corvette. And as soon as I get back, no matter where I am, the first thing I do, I go in my garage, I put my top down, and I jump in my Corvette, take my wife, and we drive down. Usually we drive down to Clearwater, drive along the beach, and I play my radio as loud as I can. I got the top down. I just enjoy the scenery and enjoy time with my wife. And one time I got home and I said, hey, let's go have some Asian food. And so we went down to the Japanese steakhouse, and we're driving down the road, and we're just enjoying ourselves. You come to a stoplight and people beside you, they see your Corvette and they, wow, cool Corvette. They're waving at you. So you're feeling pretty good by the time you get to your destination. Everybody's thumbs up and you, waving at you. And we pull in. And this particular place we've been to many times. And we pull in this time, though, and there is a Rolls Royce parked right out front. And I take my Corvette, I park right beside the Rolls Royce. We go in, and we sat down to eat, and I knew something was different. And they set us beside this couple. And you could tell everybody was kind of acting weird, like this person was like a movie star or something. And I'm like, man, what's going on? So I just introduced myself, and I found out in the introduction that I was sitting next to the guy's name is Roberto Alomar. He's a former Major League Baseball player, second baseman, won like the most. I'm not real key on baseball, but he won these global. What is it? What do they call it? The Golden Gloves Award and all this kind of stuff. He's just like, he's known like the best, and of course I didn't know, so we just had fellowship together, had a great time, and we exchanged numbers and have talked back and forth throughout the years. But the interesting thing that I want to tell you is that once we left, we finished our meal, we all left the restaurant. We're going out to get in our car. And what happened is that the news was going throughout the restaurant that there's a Rolls Royce out front. And so everybody exited the restaurant. I mean, we had waitresses out there, we had the cook out there, and they're all like looking at this Rolls Royce, like going, wow, this is a cool Rolls Royce. And so Roberto starts opening up the doors and the trunk, and he starts showing everybody. Now, my Corvette's parked right beside his, but nobody is paying attention at all to my yellow Corvette. I mean, it's yellow. I mean, it stands out. And I enjoyed looking at the Rolls Royce myself. But my wife and I jump back in the car and off we go back home. And I'm kind of thinking, you know what? Nobody even noticed my Corvette. I was kind of, be honest with you, I was kind of like, had an attitude. So the whole way there, everybody's noticing it. And I'm sitting there, wow, man, this is not cool. And then this thought hit me. It was this: something that is not valuable becomes invisible in the presence of something that is more valuable. I want you to think about this. Something of less value becomes invisible in the presence of something of very high value. Wow. See, my car was a valuable car, but I was parked next to what? A $400,000 Rolls Royce, and my Corvette was what? An $88,000 Corvette. So in the presence of something of more value, my car became invisible. Now, if there was another car that was a Toyota Camry, right? And people came out, what would they be looking at? They wouldn't be looking at the nice Toyota Camry, even though it could be a totally pimped out Toyota Camry with a beautiful paint job. They would be looking at my Corvette, not the Toyota Camry. So the principle that I learned was that you've got to become more valuable. You've got to become a person of value so that you capture people's attention out in the marketplace. And that's the difference between being good and being great, right? Goodness is free. Goodness is common. Nobody pays attention to a good car, a good Toyota Camry. Nobody pays attention. Have you ever heard anybody talking about how beautiful this Toyota Camry is? No, they talk about Rolls Royces. They talk about Lamborghinis. They get wowed over them. And the key to getting attention is for you to become a wow person. How do you become a wow person? By becoming more valuable. See? That's the key. And then the other thing is we got to realize is not only do we have to become more valuable if we want to get people's attention. High value things capture people's attention. It attracts the poor's attention, it attracts the middle class attention, and it attracts the wealthy's attention. So here's the other thing. A car parked in the garage, locked up in the garage, gets nobody's attention. So you can't get attention if you're not seen. Somebody's got to see you. And many people, they hide in their homes, especially when crisis times come, especially when, things are not going well. I've seen it over and over and over with leaders that I coach. Man, when they hit a crisis, when bad things start happening, what do? They shrink back into their cave and they start hiding. They hide from their coach, me. They hide from the people they serve. They withdraw. And the worst thing you can do is park your car in the garage and close the door and say, I'm not coming out. You've got to be seen. I want you to think about Ruth. Ruth had to be seen by Boaz. And she had to come across as a person of value. That's why Naomi said, put on your best dress. Dress that thing up. Put on some perfume. Do your hair. Put on some makeup. Dear God. But most important, if you're going to get attention, you got to get out there and be seen. Because who sees you determines who will favor you. And you can't get favor if you're not seen. So there's a lot of ways of doing that, especially if you want to be a speaker, author, coach, consultant. You can't be invisible on social media and think that you're going to be able to grow your business. What is social media? It gives you a free platform to bring your value to the world so they can see your worth. And if nobody knows you, nobody will flow you. So that's my 10 minutes of positivity for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. Work at becoming a person of value. We're going to talk about that throughout the next few weeks here. Make sure you stay tuned, like, share this broadcast. Appreciate it so much. Again, if you want to be mentored by me, 83K Academy. Just post down below 83K or go to 83K.com and see what this is all about. God bless everybody. Thanks for joining. Go create a great day.